like thinking, does he already have someone else? But I'm not gonna lie, it makes me feel like shit. It really does. It makes me feel horrible about myself. And I wish it didn't. I wish it didn't, but it does.
The reason why women are upset and frustrated when you have someone else and you move on, you get a better job, you start making more money, you become successful, is because they want to ultimately be the source of your happiness. They want to be the source of your frustration as well. So when you're doing great in life, when you have another woman that probably looks better than her, in her mind, she's gonna say, "Man, I made a mistake by getting rid of this guy." But if you're always texting and calling him after the breakup, after you said this over with, she's gonna say, "You know what? I made the right decision. This guy's a loser."
Single dads that are tired of the dating apps, I have a new date proposal. Tomorrow's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Bring the kids over, bring their homework, bring their laundry. I've got all the mom stuff. I will make tacos. We'll see if they get along. You can tackle my honey-do list. I need the shower door fixed, some air filters changed, ring camera batteries changed.
Notice how she's naming the stuff that she needs done around her house. Guys, most of these women, they don't care about you. You're there to benefit them.
And then maybe if there's time and there's a spark, you could mow my lawn. Let me know.
Dating after divorce is like opening an ice pop and thinking you're going to get something really awesome, and you get this.
And what is something that you regret?
There's a guy I kind of wish I hadn't let go of. That's a bit of a regret. He wanted to settle down and I didn't. I wasn't ready to. We were still quite young. And he did settle down and he did have a family, and I'm super happy for him because I think he found the right woman and he's living his best life. But I really like this guy, and I still kind of like this guy.
See, these women make these mistakes. They follow what they hear on social media. You can live your best life. You can do whatever you want. You're in your 20s. You'll get that guy eventually when you're ready to settle down, but then they end up regretting that good man. This is why, guys, when women break up with you and leave you, I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, they're going to just be out there in the dating world, and guys are going to be just smashing, hooking up with them. They're not going to want to commit to them. It's not a lot of guys who genuinely care about women. It's a lot of guys who just want to have sex with women. And so many women think the grass is green on the other side. I'll eventually get that Prince Charming, but it rarely happens.
I do see him on Facebook, and I wish him well, but there's just a tiny part of me that thinks, how would that have worked out if we'd stayed together?
These are papers for divorce. These little pieces of paper, little flimsy pieces of paper, can break and end something that's so strong in somebody's heart.
I did it.
Here's one thing that I will never understand. First and foremost, I know that there's a lot of unhappy marriages out there, okay? Like, I'm not talking about unhappy marriages, but if you have a good husband, like if you have a man that is like even just slightly above average, like how do you not spend almost all your time just like bragging about him? As far as I'm concerned, bragging about my husband is like my favorite extracurricular activity. It's like a full-time hobby, because here's why.
Guys, the reason why so many women don't brag about their husbands and say, my boyfriend is a great guy, my significant other, he's awesome, it's because these women feel entitled. They don't have to work for anything. Think about it. When you're just hooking up with a woman, smashing, having a good time, it's keeping it casual, she's on her best behavior, right? She's so excited to see you. But as soon as you put that ring on, as soon as you say, you're my woman, you commit to her, she just takes you for granted. That's how it is. This is why bad boys and guys who are the side dudes, they get the best treatment typically because those guys have not committed to them. When you commit to them, to women, they typically get bored and they're like, okay, well, I don't have to work and do anything. So just that's how women are. Think about it. You rarely if ever hear a woman say things positive about her husband, even though that man is taking care of her, providing, protecting, paying the bills, taking her here, taking her there, giving her a pretty good life. He might not make $250,000 a year, but he makes a decent living. Women tend to talk bad about those guys. Haven't you heard? I'm tired of my husband. He's annoying. He's this. He doesn't pick up his underwear. He doesn't. It just seems like when you commit to a woman, it just seems like she just resents you more.
ladies, if you want to be treated like a queen, treat your man like a king. It's really that simple. Example, my man is coming back from a week-long work trip. I'm on my way to the airport right now to pick him up in his truck that I got detailed for him, with also flowers, breakfast, and coffee. It is.
These women ain't doing that. These modern day women, you're not going to find many women who are going to do that. And that's the bare minimum. Getting his truck clean, getting him breakfast, coffee. Think about that. That's something, but I'm not saying it's not much, but these women, they got their palms out. They're like, what are you doing for me? Do you make six figures? How tall are you? Are you in shape? Do you take me here, take me there? I ain't going to Cheesecake Factory, all this crazy stuff, man. But when you really think about it, guys, if you're in a relationship right now, think long and hard. You're probably not getting that much. You probably just, just going through the motions. You're doing a lot for her and she's just around.
It's really that simple. It is the little things that count. On top of loving them, respecting them, sleeping with them, treat your man like a king, you'll get treated like a queen. He'll forever love you. He'll forever respect you. He won't cheat on you. Wow, it's so simple.
It really is that simple. But a lot of these women, they don't want to do that. A lot of these chicks, they don't respect men. They don't really value men. They just want you because you can pay their bills, because you're a means to an end. You are their retirement plan.
Know your role as a female and let him have his role as a male. There you go. Forever happy in your relationship now. You're welcome.
This is what my friends who are married don't understand. First off, it is so difficult to have been single throughout the entire pandemic and go through that profound trauma all alone without some kind of support system. And I also think it's difficult that you're no one's priority. Like there aren't really people checking up on me in the same way as if you have someone to come home to. I don't have a partner. I've been single for at least almost 4 years since.
4 years she's been single. And I guarantee you she lives by that. I'm strong and independent. I don't need no man. This is what so many women mess up at. They live by what society is telling them. You don't need no man. Those men, they don't care about you. They're crazy. They're this and that. All these narratives that are being painted about men that are negative. But at the end of the day, these women need your emotional security. See, it ain't just financial. It ain't just you being a protector. They need you there. They want that body there. They want a guy that they can talk to. And a lot of these chicks think that, okay, I got a job, I got a career, I don't need no man. No, there's a lot of stuff that men do that doesn't have anything to do with paying bills and taking women on dates.
It's November of 2019, whatever, how long that is. And it's just so difficult because you realize that you have to be your own knight in shining armor, that there's no one coming to save you, that there's no one really is there for you. Like you're alone at the end of the day. And it's so much harder to go through the ups and downs and tumultuousness of life when you don't have companionship and you don't have a partner.
So I had a realization today. I've been divorced for 3.5 years, and I went through 1.5 years of counseling after my marriage broke up. And I've dated on and off in that 3.5 years. I don't have any kids, so it was a clean break in my divorce. I'm a church worker. I'm a strong Christian, and I try to live by Christian values.
Yeah, you're going to have a hard time out there because it ain't a lot of men who lived out by those same values. It might be some dudes that go to church. It might be some dudes that, worship whatever God. But a lot of dudes are like, man, I'm out here in the dating game. I'm trying to clap some cheeks. I'm trying to smash. They ain't trying to play that, church girl. And I'm just being real. So she's got to have it hard out there.
And Christian values when dating. I'm also a woman of the real world and understand, when dating, what it's like to date out in the real world. And it is so hard. It is so hard to find someone who is looking for someone of value, who's not wanting to sleep with someone right away, and who's not wanting to, change their morals because they are a single woman. You know, I just can't understand why it's hard out here for us good women.
If you're such a good woman, why did you divorce? Like, why did you do it? A lot of these women, they think the grass is green on the other side. They listen to their friends. They go out there and get in the dating game. And they realize, man, I made a mistake. I'm a good woman. Why can't I find a good man? Because a lot of dudes out here, I'm gonna be real, they ain't trying to settle down. They probably your age, and they want a woman who's 7-8 years younger, or they've been divorced. Now they're like maybe a little bit jaded, or maybe they don't really trust women. So they're like, man, I'm just trying to have a good time, hook up. They're not trying to settle down again. I'm gonna be real. Being in a relationship with a woman is kind of a full-time job. There's a lot of stuff you gotta take care of and manage and micromanage. A lot of men ain't trying to get in relationships, even if you are a quote unquote good woman.